Okay, so I've had some requests from YouTube subscribers asking me how I do my in-flight video recording. So I thought I would do a quick video here just to show you my setup. There's a lot of different ways to do in-flight videos. This is just my personal preference. A lot of good videos on YouTube, other techniques that you can use, but this is just my way of doing it. Some videographers put their cameras on the outside of the aircraft. It actually gives a really neat perspective. I personally don't feel comfortable putting anything on the outside, so all of my cameras are on the inside. So this is just one way of doing it. I'd like to point out one safety feature. I personally believe that you shouldn't be handling or manipulating a camera, particularly if you're the pilot. Obviously, if you have a passenger that's videotaping, that's fine. But if you're actually flying the aircraft, I would strongly suggest you mount the cameras. I turn all my cameras on during my run-up, and then I completely forget about them. Particularly during critical phases of flight, like takeoff and landing, the last thing you want to be doing is manipulating a camera or shuffling around with on-off buttons. So fly safe, have fun. It's actually very enjoyable and a good way to review your flights, particularly if you're a student. So let's get started. I'm going to show you the equipment and then the setup. So these are my cameras. I actually use 3 different cameras. This is the GoPro Hero 2. They now have the Hero 3, which is a great little system, and I'll show you that in a minute. It comes with its own mounting. This is a suction cup mount that comes with the GoPro. I also use this little Kodak PlaySport. Very nice little camera. Really any digital camera will work. And last but not least, if I really want to get a third view, I use my little Sony Handycam mounted on a fairly beefy mount because it's fairly heavy. But really any video camera will work. This is the new GoPro Hero 3. Great system. Takes really high quality wide angle HD video. So if you need to purchase a camera, this is definitely one that I would recommend you look into. It's very easy. You turn it on, set it up, and go. The GoPro actually comes with its own mounting case and a suction cup mount. They have all sorts of different mounts and accessories, so it makes it really easy. So if you purchase the GoPro system, you'll get that. I also have, this is a very inexpensive, it's actually called a Delkin. This was about $40. You can buy it really anywhere online. And then this is a Manfrotto. This is a very expensive. It's about $250. I bought this one first, and it's really overkill. You can do just fine with the inexpensive mounts. So here's the Hero 3 on the mount. As I mentioned earlier, it comes with all sorts of different mounts. I have seen a lot of videos where the GoPro is actually mounted on the outside of the aircraft, and I'll show you the attachments that they use for that. I just use the suction cup mount on the window. The suction cup mount comes with various attachments. This is a 3-axis articulating so that you can mount the camera in any position that you need to based on the surface that you're hooking up the suction cup to. And finally, the GoPro comes with these permanent attachments. These you can attach to the outside of the aircraft. You can mount it permanently inside. And they're really nice if you also want to mount it to your surfboard or, if you're a hang glider or a skydiver. These are all the neat little attachments that people use. This is the Delkin. Very inexpensive. It's about $40 online. You can buy it through, Amazon or just Google camera suction cup mount, and you'll come up with these little inexpensive mounts. They have a suction cup on one end and just a standard camera screw in on the other end. This is the Manfrotto. Actually, I guess this is a Matthews attachment. These are pretty expensive. They're high quality, really good for heavy duty use, but probably overkill for our use. I do have one, but I really don't need it. The other ones are fine. So this shows the GoPro Hero mounted to the passenger side window. Has a good view of the panel and also a wide angle view of the windscreen and actually a little bit outside of the right window. I put this on the passenger window because it gives a good wide-angle view. You notice that there is actually an audio cord, patch cord, which I'll show you in a minute. You can actually do your audio straight into the GoPro or any of your video cameras, or I'll show you another option that I utilize. So this is the main camera, gives my main wide-angle view. I then mount the PlaySport on one of the side windows, usually facing straight out over the wing. Sometimes I'll put it on the right wing, sometimes I'll put it on the left wing, depending on the flight. If I'm flying into an airport doing a lot of pattern work with a left traffic pattern, I'll put it on the left wing so that I get a good view. If it's a right pattern, I put it on the right view. So depending on where you're flying, what you really want to capture, you can really put these cameras anywhere. So experiment with different locations. This is the Sony Handycam. I did this the other day, actually pointing backwards, and you'll see this at the end of the video. It's kind of a neat perspective coming out the back. So this is the patch cord that you're going to need. You need to patch into your aircraft audio. This is a headset input. You can just put it into any of the headset attachments. It has another headset, so you can actually use your own headset attachment, or I just put it in a passenger headset. And then finally, this is the digital video recorder that I use. I actually like the separate digital recorder. You can patch it, as you saw earlier, straight into your GoPro, but I actually like just the digital because I turn it on. That's just an Olympus. So you put it all together, and here's what you get.
Winchester traffic, Skyhawk 1766 Victor, turn final, runway 32, Winchester.
Okay, airspeed's coming up. Everything's green. Rotate, and we're up. Flaps are up. Caps is now active. Winchester traffic 05860 Romeo is departing the pattern to the north, final fall Winchester.